Is it all good? My hair? Is it all okay? Good? Clean shaven. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, guys. This is Kesh here from Kesh for Fit, talking from my really messy room out here. I know, I don't know why, but I really do not have time this past week, but this video I thought was really very important and something to put forward to all you guys, give you some insight into the Anzac Day which happened this year during April. I never really knew what Anzac Day was before going to this day. It just made me meet some wonderful people and get some beautiful interviews which gave me insights into certain facts which were not known to the world. Of course, I did not know about Anzac Day, and what made me curious was because thousands and thousands of people were attending this event in Brisbane. And I was like, why? Why should thousands of people go to this kind of an event? And yes, so I decided to explore this, and I went there and got some beautiful footages, but not only beautiful footages, but it was an opportunity to meet some wonderful people. And this video is a result of that. So today is Anzac Day. I'm just outside Chandy's place just to park my car because there is not much of parking or any space over there. I probably have to catch an Uber and go to Adelaide Street in Brisbane. You okay if I vlog, yeah?
I don't mind. Yeah. You know that you can drink on the streets on a day like today?
You can drink on the streets?
And gamble on the streets.
Oh really? Yeah. I didn't know that, bro.
There's a game called 2 Up.
Yeah.
So, okay. They don't do it at the casino anymore because you can manipulate it.
Yeah. Okay.
But on a day like today, you can do it. In the morning, they used to serve soldiers rum with milk. This is why I reckon this is why you can actually drink in celebration today. Because remember, World War I, there was totally different approach than even World War II. I don't think they could drink in World War II. This for breakfast, milk and rum.
You know, of course, being an international, being an Indian, I did not really know what Anzac Day was because our history books in our school just talk about Independence Day, Republic Day, but not something about Anzac Day. And what most of us did not know was, why did I find Indian soldiers in Indian Navy in this? I didn't guess this, but you know what? India is also a part of this, part of the Anzac Day. And I got a member from the Indian Defence Forces as well. And what's your name, sir?
I am Sergeant Lieutenant Commander Braj Raj Pandey. I served with the Indian Navy from 1999 to 2004. And we have done a few operations, but this is to celebrate the participation of Indian defense troops in First World War alongside with the ANZACs. And a lot of people don't know that how many Indian service personnel served there. And basically we had a troop of about 16,000 people, and out of that we had about 1,500 casualties and 33,500 war wounded people.
Close to 1.3 million soldiers served in the First World War, out of which 74,000 passed away. Out of the 74,000, 1,400 were killed in Gallipoli. Not many knew about this. Not many were made aware of this.
And we also had a mule regiment, which is about 2,000 mules and about 1,000 particular personnel from the mule regiment. So it's an extensive participation which the world does not know. And the ANZACs, basically a lot of survival is basically attributed to the Indian Defence Services, because they were already professional services which they had served in the mountainous area around India, in Afghanistan and in the northeast and Tibet. So they were basically well equipped and well trained to basically serve in the Gallipoli, which is more of a mountainous region.
The actual mission of Australians and New Zealanders being a part of the First World War was to capture the Gallipoli Peninsula region. But you know what happened? It failed. Close to 8,000 Australians being dead, and that left this powerful legacy.
So yeah, so that the campaign was for 18 months, and out of that we had suffered a lot of casualties, which most of the world does not know.
Well, some of the documentaries came in, but not really very fascinating to our Indians and to our government to facilitate a day particularly to regard these soldiers who gave their lives away. Just like the Aussies and New Zealanders, they too fought a war against an enemy who they never really knew much about, forced by the Britishers who ruled India during that time.
So we just is to celebrate their contribution and to basically just follow what they call the tradition, and also to offer gratitude to fallen soldiers.
So the word ANZAC means what? Well, it just stands for Australia and New Zealand Army Corps. Thousands of Australians and New Zealanders gathered together to come and pay a tribute to their countrymen who lost their lives during the First World War. Don't know about what is exactly ANZAC Day, and can you please tell us?
This is basically the celebration of the Australia and New Zealand Corps, which was joint unit formed to participate in Gallipoli campaign in First World War. And the day 25th April is celebrated because this is the day when these troops landed in Gallipoli Peninsula, where they beached there and they landed. That's why it is celebrated 25th of April, and that's how the celebration started. And obviously after this First World War and then the Second World War, this is to basically to remember all the fallen soldiers and also remember the contribution of the soldiers whoever fought anywhere in anywhere part of the world.
Well, why is this day not really recognized in India? Why are we not dedicating a day like ANZAC Day, Indian soldiers who passed away during this time? Why? The reason is very sad. Our country does not honor conflicts that took place before 1947, saying that the soldiers who participated were the part of the ruling British at that time. But the real fact is the people who died were Indians and people of Indian origin.
In war, nobody wins. It's only the humanity which lose. So I'm like, we as a soldier, wherever I'm told to go, we will go and do whatever we need to do. And sometimes it is basically for the good can't keep quiet when the bad is there. But I think the common sense should prevail, and there is not so many peaceful things happening around the world. I keep the tension down, keep the common sense going. It's in war, nobody wins. So in our campaign, we have got about 15 officers who have marched today from India. Mainly, most of us are from army background. I'm from the Navy, and there is a couple of officers from Air Force.
Just to know about the experience in an army, like very tough life. So how do you actually go about that? What is your experience?
Like in any part of life, if you are say, if somebody wants to be a volunteer in whatever service, it's a lifestyle. You have to get up at certain time, you have to do certain physicals, then you have to go and do your own preparation. So all the armed forces anywhere in the world, for most of the countries, and basically professional armed forces like in India, the aim of the defense services is to be ready for war all the time. It's a 24/7 job. It's not like you go home and then you can't be called. Like you might have heard just recently when there was air attack from Pakistan, and the pilots were ready, which they can expel out. So it's the same for any defense service. It's not a job, it's a way of life. For young people, I would say it's a great way to learn how to have a disciplined life. And if you serve few years in the defense service, that takes you a long way in your career, even when you come out, because those habits, those discipline, those skills which you learn there, that basically goes a long way making your career either in any field of the life.
We have the Republic Day, we have the Independence Day, which we are really made aware of, but not most of us know about Indians and their part in the Gallipoli region. Well, what this really sums up, it's not about whether we give them a day or whether we don't. It really brings to a conclusion that war is definitely destroying and not creating. But we as humans have the potential to create and destroy, and we also have the choice to choose between these two. But when we have the potential to create, why do we choose destruction is my question. Why don't we create together? That's the point of this video. Thanks a lot for watching, and peace.